mat Pilates today, and we are working with a booty band and a ball. If you have one or none, then you can still do the entire workout. So that's the good news for today. So for today, we really focus on activating the muscles which prevent us from getting injuries in terms of walking, hiking, and running. So lots of glutes, lots of glute activation. Really that strengthening of the thighs, some core as well, the outer thighs, 4 parts of the glutes really. Because when those muscles are switched on, that is really where we can run and walk better and longer distances without getting any issues. So we'll bring the booty band around the thighs here if you have one, and again, otherwise just do everything without. Your feet are hip width apart and not crazy close towards your hips. That's more your yoga bridge. Let the arms rest right beside you. Snuggle those shoulders down, and when you're ready, we just take 4 slow bridges. So take a deep breath in as you stay. See if you can already press kind of the lower back into the floor. Lift the tailbone and then ripple and articulate each and every vertebra off the floor as we rise up into our bridge. We take 3 little pulses at the top, so squeeze your bum for 3 and 2 and 1, and roll down, articulate the spine, yeah, massage the spine sort of. Inhale, stay all the way down, and exhale, come back up, and again, ripple, find movement into the spine. This will help as well. Last 3 and 2 and 1 pulses, and come back down. Let's do this for 1 more round, exactly the same. Inhale to stay, exhale, coming up into that bridge pose. Pulse for 3, pulse for 2, pulse for 1, and then slowly come back up, back down. Walk those feet in a little closer towards the glutes. Come onto your toes, lift your heels, come back up to your bridge pose as high as you can. Can you feel your glutes here? And make sure it is kind of on, yeah? So really squeeze your bum. Little pulses here. So just starting to fire up. For that reason as well, guys, we might take a few extra repetitions today rather than a whole lot of exercises, just so we get the invitation, the opportunity to switch the muscles on properly. I'm saying this because the glutes generally don't really want to switch on. They're really whiny muscles, but predominantly really lazy muscles. They will always let your thighs do the work first. So are your thighs burning right now? And then can you squeeze your bum more? Let's take 10 more pulses here. 9, 8, 7, 6. I want it to start to scream a little, okay? Last 2. Last 1, slowly come down. Big breath in, heels come down for a breath. And then exhale, come straight back up. Heels up first, and then come back up to your bridge. So we're in our elevated bridge, our heels are still up. This time we push the legs wide and hip width, wide and hip width. Can you push outwards into the band without dropping your hips? So keep your hips nice and high. Feel that fire coming to those outer glutes here as we open and close and open and close. Just think about how good that run is gonna feel tomorrow, or your hike, or your walk, or maybe straight after class, yeah? You'd be warm and ready. Let's do 10 more here. 9, can you lift the hips higher? 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come down. Heels come down as well. Big breath in. Big breath out. We have 1 more round, guys. Heels lift first, then the hips ripple up and off the floor. Now squeeze the knees together. Your band should be quite loose or kind of relaxed at least. And the knees squeeze together. I want you to imagine you're holding your phone in between the knees, and there's water, yeah, right on top of your mat. You do not want to drop your phone into the water. Pulse and squeeze. Feel those inner thighs switch on together with the upper part of the glutes, the lower part of the glutes. Everything needs to work together now. Do not let those knees separate. Squeeze and pulse and squeeze and pulse for 10 more. And 9, 8, 7, this hurts me, 2. We're doing this together. Last 4 and 3 and 2, and 1. Slowly lower down, heels down as well. Give yourself a little cuddle after that. You might need it. Big breath in. Massage that back out. Big breath out. Amazing. Good. We'll bring the legs into a nice tabletop right here and interlace the fingers as you come off the floor. Any shoulder or neck issues, you can absolutely stay lying down onto the floor and just do what we're doing with the legs. Flex the toes like we're kind of standing up against a wall. Those knees are in line with my hips, not moving towards my stomach. And then widen and close, and widen and close. In the meantime, how high can you lift into your ab curl? Maybe can you reach the hands on the sides? Deeper lower abdomen switching on. And depending on the strength of your booty band, the outer thighs as well. Open, close, open, close. Lift a little higher. Can you get the shoulder scapula off the floor? Abs and back muscles are incredibly important as well for our running and walking and hiking. Last 10 here. 9, 8, and 7, and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it wide. Reach over or under the bend and pulse for 10. 9, 8, press out wide. 7, 6, can interlace. 5, if that's better. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly again, give yourself a little hug. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. This time around, you bring that bend around the ankles. So we're just sliding it down. Same round here, guys. Head down or head up. Interlace or reach the arms forward, yeah? Push those knees over your hips. Have a little look that that's happening. And then again, widen until you can't widen anymore. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And hip width. And open. 3, 2, 1. And relax. And 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax. And 3, 2, 1. Now see if you can lift a little higher as you take those 3 outward pulses every time into the ab curl. Maybe every time you press those legs wide, pulse, 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 and relax, and pulse, pulse, pulse. So you're pulsing through every time the legs widen and pushing out into the bend. Last 5 rounds. 5. Round 4, 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last round. And relax. Good. Grab that bend around your right foot and give yourself a little hamstring stretch, because stretching is equally important when we're working our muscles for running, yeah? So flex those toes, kick the heel up, and breathe. And we have the bend here, so why not give it a little stretch? Good. And then bring that strap and the foot a little bit over towards the left side, so you feel the outer thigh. Lift it higher to the shoulder rather than further over to the left side. So it's just that little bit. Flex the toes a bit more. One more breath. And then slowly change over sides. Left foot goes up, flex the toes, kick the heel up. Nice and straight leg, otherwise give yourself more length rather than pulling in more. Peel the baby toe back as well. And then we bring that left foot a little bit over towards the right, just enough to feel the IT band, the side of the thigh going into the glute as well. Flex the toes, lift it higher to feel more. One more full round of breath. And then bring it up, bend to the side of 4 now. Reach the hands up, inhale, and then exhale, roll yourself up into your Pilates forward fold. Nice little hamstring stretch. Inhale, come and sit up. Use your abs, roll down slowly. Arms overhead, long. Inhale. Exhale, you roll. In your own pace. And can you, just like our bridges, make sure that we lift and lower and articulate the spine. So it's that really slow movement coming from strength, not using momentum. Last 2 rounds. Last round. All the way up, all the way up, and down. Excellent. Slowly from here on out, we come onto hands and knees. Yes, you can use your booty band and your ball, or just the band. I'm using a ball. So bring the ball behind your right knee, and then come onto the hands or onto the forearms. Just simple preference, okay? So you pick and choose right there. Now we go point the toes here because I want to target the hamstrings and the glutes. Knees together to touch, and your single donkey kick back. So a touch and kick up. Can you lift through the lower arms? Squeeze into the ball, and your hamstring will switch on pretty much immediately. And then really be nice and strong here. Pushing away from the mat, out of the shoulders. Lift the belly as well. Breathe. Do not drop the ball. We hold it nice and tight. Feel the hamstring. It's okay. We're toning the back of the legs. Everyone wants that, right? Let's do 10 more here. And 9, 8, 7, 6, try and keep the spine still. 5, 4, so don't swing it too high. 3, 2, 1. Throughout, you can absolutely change and come onto the hands. It's quite nice sometimes, I feel, to play between the two. Just remember what you're doing on one side so you can do it on the other side. Hydrant, so we go out to the side and close. Again, pushing out of the upper body, so we have that sense of strength. I want the lats to be switched on, the upper back muscles to switch on, and to really lift from the abdomen upwards. You point or you flex, that really doesn't matter as long as you're holding on to that ball. I find with pointing, you get a little bit more hamstrings, and with flexing, you get a little bit more glute. So again, your pick here. Breathe, feel the standing glute work here. Feel the leg that has the ball, feel the hamstring and glute. Let's do 10 more here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Working a little bit of hip opening here in addition to the strengthening of the muscles. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Finish with some circles, point or flex. Bring it all the way, side, back, and down. 3 more this way, and then we go 5 the other way. 2 more. 1 more. 5 circles the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently pop the knee down just so you can grab the ball and pop that to the side for now. Come back onto the hands or the forearms, pick and choose again, but remember what you're doing on this side. The right leg extends back for our rainbows. You bring it from side up to the other side. Forearms or hands, your choice. Go over the mat. Keep your face off the mat, keep the leg long. So we're going right into the glute, towards the obliques as well. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly bring those knees down, coming on the hands if you weren't already, and hands come nice and wide. I often get a bit of like worked back muscles. I wanted to say sore back muscles, but not necessarily sore. Just that feeling that you've worked your muscles, in particular if you're walking or running hills. So we do a few push-ups to really strengthen the chest and help to maintain that posture as we run and to support those back muscles as we incline. So there we go, 10 push-ups. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly from there now, take a little downward facing dog just to stretch it all out. Back of the legs, as well as the glutes. Lift the belly, lift the sit bones, and see if you can ground the heels down more. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. And then we come back to the knees, back to your tabletop, and back to grabbing your bowl. It goes behind the left knee this time around. Come back to your first setup, whatever you chose, your hands or your forearms. Good, make sure you have a long spine. And there we go, donkey kicks. Back and up. Don't kind of swing it up in the sense that your hips are starting to move or open and your back is wobbly. And instead focus on drawing the navel into the spine, so kind of moving that away from the floor so we can engage through the core. Head is away from the hands and the floor. Push upwards. Feel that left hamstring start to burn, especially if you're squeezing into that bowl, and especially if you're pointing. You are breathing, I hope, in through the nose, out through the mouth is the best possible way. Let's do 10 more here. 9, 8, 7. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Keeping hold of that bowl, but you can change now to the hands or to the forearms. Good, find that engagement again. And then we take our hydrants out to the side. Good, I'm taking a flexing here because I want to target more of the glutes rather than the hamstrings. But it's up to you. Do what you did on the other side preferably. Pushing equally out of 2 hands and forearms, away from the floor. Belly in, don't swing the hips. So it doesn't always need to be big, right? For us to target the muscles and to feel what we need to feel. Putting these puppies to work is a bit of a journey. Again, the glutes are lazy. That's why as well they complain and whine so quickly. Let's do 10 more here. And push through that, because it's not very often that we are in debilitating muscle ache with the glutes the next day. Because they're so whiny, we tend to give up before that happens. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, feel free to change if you did that. Hands to forearms. 5 circles. I'm pointing. 4, 3, belly in, and 2, and 1, 5 the other way around. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Slowly grab that bowl, pop that to the side, come onto the hands or onto the forearms, straighten the left leg back for those rainbows. Slowly go from side, lift to the other side, super straight leg. Lift, point those toes. Work the abs, the obliques, the glutes. Everything should work hard here, that's why it's horrible. Breathe. We have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Slowly come back onto the knees. Hands come wide. We have 10 more push-ups. So come to a tabletop if you need to, modified plank if you can. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come down all the way to the floor. 1. Your head will come to rest onto 2 hands. So 2 hands on top of each other, your little pillow there. I want the knees to widen and the heels to squeeze together. So you sort of have like a mermaid tail. So heels touch, knees wide, head down. Once you've looked what we're doing, please bring your head down.
is trying to squeeze that sole, the two soles of the feet and your little tail up to the ceiling. So lift those thighs, squeeze your bum, up, down. Can you squeeze from your glutes and relax the upper body as much as possible? 10, 9, 8, 7, as high as you can. 6, squeeze those heels together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Curl the toes, press the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's press up to a plank. Hold your plank. Every single muscle is working here, which is obviously good for running. 2, for 5, 4, 3, belly in, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. And again, take a nice breath here. Ground those heels down. Let your head be heavy. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Walk your feet forward then. Locate your bends if you had one. And pop that around your thighs again. Once that is done, take an inhale to stay, and then exhale, curling all the way up to stand. Good. I'll come to face you guys and go all the way to one side of the mat as we'll take some squat walks here. Okay, so I'm sitting down into a squat. Please ensure the whole time knees over second, third toes. Don't let them collapse in or push out. Okay, so we step out, 2 steps, out and then out, a right side, a right side. We go left, left, left tap, left tap. Tap, tap. Go and sit nice and low. Push as far as you can out into the bend. A little bit of cardio can never hurt in terms of running. Good, don't let the knees internally rotate. Nice and low. If you like your cardio, you might make that a little jump halfway. Otherwise, stay with the steps here. Stay low. Nearly done. If you have more room, unlike me, then go and travel a little further. 1 more round. Good, we continue to do the same thing, but step it back. So right, step it back with the right foot. Left, left, and then go back and back. Right, right, back, back. Feel those glutes. Your pace. Nearly there. Chest is open. 1 last round. Glutes are on. Good. Slowly come back to the center of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Let's go squat. Squeeze those knees over the second, third toes again. 5 more here, then we widen the feet a little. 4, sit back. 3, all the way in the heels. 2, and 1. Take your feet a little wider now. Toes slightly externally rotated. Keep those knees striking over the toes. That's important. So we push a little bit more out into the bend now. Down and up. Squeeze those glutes. Push those knees over the toes. Squeeze. And squeeze. Let's do 10. And 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Walk your feet back to normal, hip width apart. 1 squat. And then stretch the leg out to the side. And 1 squat, side. Squat, side. Use your hands
in a way that supports you. Squeeze your bum. Last 10, 9, 8, lift it higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to lie back down. Onto your right side, please. We are nearly there. Head in hands, knees are bent. If it ever gets too much, you just ditch the band, okay? Good. Legs off the floor, feet off the floor if you can, as we take our clam. Push that top hip away as we open and close. Open and close. A little bit slower and more mindfully, as opposed to that little cardio bit of work. Open and close. Horrible with a booty bend. Absolutely horrible. But it works, right? It does the trick. Breathe. Flex those toes, pull the hip back away from you. Push, I should say. Let's do 10 more. 10. And 9. 8. Flex, flex. And 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Spin yourself around. Immediately to the other side. Clams, guys, with a band. Do it before you run. Activate those muscles. Open and close. And today we've done so many other exercises, so I'm keeping it relatively short, but aim otherwise for a minute with a band before you hit the road. Breathe. Zip up through those lower abs. Push that hip away from you. Flex and breathe. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We come to sit up and take the band off. No more band. Later for stretching actually, so keep it nearby. But no more for strengthening. Take your heels in, toes out, and push yourself through. We're in our sort of yoga malasana. Amazing stretch for after running. Elbows on the inside of the knees and on the spine to be straight, like really straight. Chest is upright. We're nice and long. We lift and lower our hips for our bum drops. Up and down. We're working our inner groin, thighs. Gosh, you're just working the whole lot here. This is, again, pretty heavy and intense, but the muscles are switched on. Lift and lower. Keep your spine long. With ease, I want you to be able to look forward. Let's do 10 more. 9, inner thighs, and 8. Groin, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2, and then you're done. We stretch. 1, slowly press the hands to the floor, straighten the legs out. We stretch, guys. And I'm going to run you through some of my favorite stretches in terms of after a run, or of course, just any time, really. So the first one being right ankle or foot crosses forward and over the left in your forward fold. Bend your knees a little if you need to, head is heavy. And then push a little bit more weight forward rather than back into the heels. Head heavy, head heavy. We take 4 big breaths here. Come up halfway, cross the other foot over, and forward folds on the exhale. And again, a little bit more weight forward rather than backwards. Belly in, head heavy. Four more breaths.
slowly come up halfway. We come back to kind of that setup of what we did the strength exercise for, to stretch out. So especially if you get quite hippy after a run, like the hip flexors feel a bit agitated and involved, then this is a good stretch. Push those hips out wide, chest forward. If you can't quite get as low here, you can just take this into a little bit of a wider one, and that can be feeling so good after a run as well. Really pop a shoulder down and into it as you widen those knees. 2 more breaths here. You might sway a little, push a little. 1 more breath. Beautiful, and then slowly from there on out, come to a downward facing dog. Again, ground those heels down, feel the stretch. Lift the right leg up and take a little hip yawn, bend your knee and open it up. Should feel nice, especially on the thigh as well. Straighten out the leg and step it forward to the outside of your right hand for lizard. Front knee and ankle need to be one straight line. Back knee walks as far back as it can, and then have your knee down. You're either on the hands here, or you come to the forearms if your flexibility allows for this, but I want 2 forearms to be really quite heavily and equally into the floor, otherwise be onto the hands. And if you run a lot, then probably you'd rather be on the hands here, just because that flexibility is usually in a little decrease. Try and relax through the shoulders, even though we are supporting ourselves here. We take 3 more big breaths here. Really feel that left front of the hip open here, your psoas. And slowly lift the hips a little bit. We walk into our half pigeon, so that right foot to the left side, your right knee to the right side, so on the outside line of your body, and then lengthen your left leg back. Inhale, stay, maybe let your head rest on hands. Maybe you can come all the way down. We have a whole minute here because we're stretching our glutes and our IT band and our lower back. All these kind of things that might sometimes play up a bit after a run. Relax the shoulders here. Square off the hips. And if your knee is not loving this, then come to your, thread the needle, your figure 4 onto your back, which we normally, or I should say often also do. Three more breaths here. And then slowly making our way back into downward facing dog. Again, one nice big breath here. Ground those heels down, feel the stretch. Lift the left leg up for your hip yawn, bend your knee and open it up. Flex the toes so you feel the thigh stretch. Straighten it out and step it next to your left foot. Back knee down, front knee, ankle, stack. Come to the hands or the forearms. Try and do what you did on the other side. And maybe close the eyes so you feel that stretch come into the inner hips, front of the hips. Offering you just a little bit more stillness into this final bit of your practice today. Into this stretch. 3 breaths here.
rotating a little bit through the hips and set yourself up slowly for your half pigeon. Make sure that the knee is on the outside line of your body, square off the hips. Take your inhale before you sink down, exhale. 1 minute. Take your last 2 breaths. So nice after your run to stretch, guys. And if you have a massage gun, use that after you're stretching. If you have a roller, and then use that after you're stretching. And then slowly coming all the way back to a last downward facing dog, where we kind of just even it all out, where we have that blood rushing through the legs and through the knee joints. Walk your hands to your feet. Inhale, stay head heavy. And exhale, curl up, ready for your run. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing day. Bye.